Hello guys, welcome to CADMET. This is our class 13 part 5. So in this class we are going to see few more other options not from the previous classes. You have seen all these projections, sections, styles, clippings, toolbar, you have seen all these things, and in this class we are going to see the break view toolbar, and in this we are going to see all these three types of break views. So after completing these three types, we'll be discussing about the exploded view and how to modify the projected plane in the drafting workbench. So first of all, let's go for this broken view. So this broken view, I'm going to explain you with this example. So this broken view is nothing but where if suppose in this case the length is large and the width is small. So where the length to width ratio is small, is very large. So in that case we'll be using this broken view so that the actual dimensions will not be affected, only the length will be reduced. So that you can accommodate all the views of any part. You can accommodate all those views in the your drawing template, whether it is A4, A3 or A2. So based on the sheet size, you can adjust the length for this kind of sketches. So after selecting this broken view, so you can see by placing the cursor on this horizontally, there's dotted line, and vertically also dotted line is coming. You need to select any one of those. Suppose if I select this horizontal line, so in this again you can see two types of horizontal and vertical lines are created exactly along this perpendicular to this horizontal line and parallel to this, so at the center. So so this is a if I select, I need to select, I'm going to select this vertical line now because see for some reason clicking, and it is asking for placing a positioning of the second line. So I'm going to position the second vertical line here and double click. So let's see what happens. The length has been reduced between those two green color lines. The sketch that is present in between those two lines has been removed, and it is indicated with a zigzag lines here. This is the pattern by default, and you can see here the length is remained as it is without any changes. So this is how you can use this option in this kind of cases. So if you want to change this line type, you can just right click here, go for properties, and in this you can see the different line types. By default it is zigzag, and you can change it any of this, and even you can vary the thicknesses and even the color you can. So if you want, let me show you. So suppose as red color I'm using and this zigzag, so and the thickness, click on apply. Okay, you can see clearly the line break view indication line has been modified with respect to the changes we have done. So this is how it is done in this case. So even you can do the same thing for the isometric view also. I will also show you that. So for that, let's go to this insert view projection isometric window, this part here, and just click on this use isometric type view, and then click anywhere on this object. But it is not activated, I think. Can we'll do it insert view projection isometric, and now go for windows and select anywhere on this part body. So it will be reflected this drafting workbench. So you can change this orientation. So I'm keeping this vertical now, clicking OK. And now if you try for the same broken view, in this case, so before applying this broken view, you need to make sure this view has been activated. For that, right click on this and click on the active view. So after activating this view, so with respect to this horizon, you need to keep this positioning of the broken view. So along this length, I am going to keep this. So here now horizontal, the second one, here double click. So this is how we can even use this broken view for this isometric views also. So this is how it is done. So That's it about this broken view. And coming to the next one, this breakout view. Let's see what is meant by this breakout view. So in this break view, so select this breakout view. Sorry, I just double clicked mistake. Then select selected or active is not up to date. Okay. Again insert view breakout. It is asking us to update the view. So just press Control U. So now they are updated. So now prefer view and breakout view. So this option is used for in a 3D model. You want to view any broken part. So you can see that here. So for that, you need to create a region with a closed polygon. Select and doing here. So how many sides it may be, what is the shape it may be, it's not important. It's like it is up to you for which shape you create. So but don't forget to close this without keeping it open. You need to close it. Then you can see the new window is generated here, 3D viewer window. So in this you can see there is a plane here that is nothing but a sectioning plane. So where you want to section, at what place you want this sectioning, you need to adjust the plane. So for that, you want particularly if you need any reference for positioning the plane. So there is an option here, reference element under the depth definition. So in this reference element, you need to select an element. So this selection can be done in the 2D sketcher. So you can select a line or a face or a plane or a center axis or a point or anywhere in the sketch. So for suppose I am selecting this circle, so you can see here that portion has been highlighted. So while you are moving here on this, you can see the plane is also, sectioning plane is also moving. So if you mention the depth value, so with respect to that reference, you need to mention the value. So at that distance, you can view the sectioning. For example, let's click OK. So this is how the sectioning is done here. So with this sectioning, you can see the hidden parts by just sectioning the top layers and seeing the, so that you can see the bottom parts that are present or the links that are present. You can clearly see them by doing this, by breaking out the view. So this is how the breakout view is used here. And let me do it once again. Go for insert view and this break view, go for breakout view, and just a simple square I will be creating. Square or rectangle. You select this animate view, so such that you can see the plane. So the plane will be normal to our view. So by just keeping it here anywhere, you can see this animation positioning automatically orients its position with respect to the 2D sketch where you're keeping the cursor. So that direction or orientation will be done in the 3D viewer by the 3D model automatically by highlighting this, activating this animate option. So by just keeping the cursor in this view, so you can see the view orientation in the 3D viewer window. Just keeping here. So this is how. So from this view, in this view, I want to the reference as this circle. So you can see that here the plane is created, sectioning plane with reference to the circle center. It is automatically created. So from this, if you want any reference to this position, you want to mention the sectioning, like what value you will be entering here. So at that value, we can see the section on the section plane at that particular offset value. It will be moved automatically. So this is how this is how the breakout view works, is this way. So this is about it. And the next one is 3D clipping. This is almost same as that of this breakout view, but the only change is in this the region, instead of polygon sketching closed loop you created in this breakout view, but in this 3D clipping we will be adjusting only the planes or the sectioning planes. We will be moving them to adjust the clipping area of the model. I'm just Control Z undoing it. So let's go for insert and add 3D clipping. So in this mainly three options are available. So clipping box, clipping by slice, and back clipping plane. So first, if you go for this back clipping plane, select this one, and you can see by selecting the center green color dot and dragging the plane so that the backside portion. So this arrow indicates this is a front view. So this is a front view. This arrow direction indicates this is a front view. So by just dragging this plane and holding this point, so if you click on apply, so here you can see the preview here in the 2D sketch. The backside portion of this plane will be totally removed, or you can say flipped, so that only the front side portion of the plane will be visible in this 2D sketching. So this is about the back flipping plane. So we can even adjust the positioning of the center point of the plane by entering the values here. By just changing the values, we can move the plane with respect to the values. So this is how we'll be using this back clipping plane. Coming to the next one is a clipping by slice. So in this case, we will be having two different planes. We can adjust them individually, roughly. Whereas this length is the distance between these two planes. Can adjust it manually, or you can just enter the values. And if you click apply, you can see the changes here. So in this clipping by slice, so you will be seeing the portion that is lying inside the plane, inside these two slices can be viewed, whereas the outside portions of these two slices, whichever the portion that is present outside these two slices, so that will not be shown in this 2D sketcher, because it will be clipped, you can say that, so that you can't able to see that in this 2D sketcher. So coming to this, next one is a clipping box, the last one. So in this clipping box, you can adjust the box so that in this case you can see that the portion that is lying inside the box will be visible, so that the outside portion that is not present inside this box will be clipped, so that the sectioning can be applied, so that the changes will be reflected in this case, this area. So you can see the top side portion has been clipped. You can see this out of the box here, so that that portion has been removed, whereas this side portion of the front side portion is also clipped. So that is how it is. This is how it looks after doing these two sides. You can the same way you can do this clipping on all the sides simultaneously, and you can apply and create the sketching here in the starting workbench. So this is about these clippings. Now we will move into this exploded view, generating 2D sketches of an exploded view of an assembly model. So we'll be using the same radial engine assembly. So this assembly, how to create the exploded view. There are basically two ways of creating. One is a bit lengthy, and the second one is a easy and quick process. So first, going with the first one now. So just selecting and deleting everything. So the first method is, first we are currently in the assembly design workbench. So from that, go to this digital markup in the start button. So in that, go for the DMU navigator. So we are currently in the DMU navigator. So in this, you can see here is the enhanced scene option here. So if you don't find here, just go for insert that you can find this enhancer scene option. So select this enhancer scene option and just remove this automatic naming and mention this exploded view and make it full. Okay, so you can see the background is changed to the green color. So and even you can find the enhancer scenes toolbar appearing on the screen. So in that you go for explode and okay. So now you can see the exploded view. So the same the applications go for the specification tree go for the applications and under the scenes you can find this exploded view. So just exit the scene and then move for the drafting which is already opened here. So in this go for inset views, projections and isometric view. Again go back to this and select anywhere before that. So I need to select the specification tree firstly or else I'll be getting like this. So instead of doing this I'm undoing again. Go for inset views and projections and isometric view. Go for window and assembly design. So in this firstly click on this in the specification tree you can find this exploded view under the scenes. Select this and then click on anywhere on this assembly. So now you can get this exploded view in the drafting workbench. So you can just rotate by using the knob that is present on the top right corner. So this knob is highlighted only at the first for the first view or the for the active view or sorry for the first sketching created. For that view you can able to see this knob. So later on once you have selected on the screen, so this will be gone and you want to get this back again, it is not possible. So for that again you need to if you want to see this knob again you need to go for the whichever whether it is sorry part design or assembly design, whichever workbench it is. If you want to create a fresh sketch from any of them into this drafting workbench, then you can able to get that knob for adjusting its position or orientation, changing any views by rotating. So that is about it. So we got this exploded view. This is the first method of getting this exploded view. So I'm just doing undoing again and go for window and again back to this. So instead of doing this exploded view, I'm just deleting this one. So now going back to this, moving to the assembly design workbench again. So in this, you can directly go for insert and you can see the create enhance scene. So the same procedure, give it automatic naming, no problem. So the rest of all is the same. So this is same as that of the earlier process. So the only difference is that instead of going to this DMU navigator, you can just directly go for the insert and create enhancer scene in the assembly design workbench. And the rest of the process is all the same. So you are in the assembly design workbench. So instead of doing these two, which are almost the same process, you can do one more thing by just clicking explode directly in the assembly design workbench and click can just even you can see the different levels, first level, all levels of depth, type of 3D, 2D constraint, you can use any of that and you can just click apply and you can adjust this explosion by scrolling this bar and click OK. It's showing the warning that you are about to modify product positions. Yes. Now go for this drafting workbench and simply go for insert, views, projections, isometric and window, video engine and you can click anywhere on the any of these parts. So here the is created, you can see the blue color knob present only at the first time. Once you have clicked on the screen, that will be gone. So we got this exploded view. This is a simple method of getting this exploded view instead of doing all those enhanced view and all. And if you want to read, you can just undo it, Control Z. So you'll be moved back to the initial positions. And this is a bit simpler than the earlier processes by just clicking on this explode option directly and moving into the drafting. That's it about this explode review. And coming to the modifying the projected plane. So coming to that, go for firstly moving to the drafting. Go for insert view set view projection front view window, then selected this face. So this is the front view that is created. So by adjusting this blue color knob, you can just rotate it whichever way you want. So this can be done in the first place itself. Once you have clicked on it, so if you want to rotate it, it's not possible. For that, just go for right click on it and go for the front view object. In that you can see modify projection plane. Select that and go for click on Windows, the radial engine, and this is the actual plane that is currently present. So instead of this plane, if you want any other face as a plane, or you can click here, or you can just go for any of these and select the planes here and select this plane. Here you can find the blue color knob. So I'm not touching this blue color knob right now, just clicking on the screen. I think the plane is almost same. So I'll do one thing, just again to it again, go front view, modify projection plane, window, gen. So let's select this plane now. So now it is just clicking the screen. So you can see the projection plane that is earlier have been changed, updated now, so that automatically you update the plane, so it dependent object also will be oriented with respect to the plane, so that this change occurred here. So this is how you will be modifying the projection plane of a front view or the main view in the drafting workbench. So it's clear. So that's it for today's class. In the coming class, we'll be moving into the chapter 14 or class 14, you may say, the drafting workbench 2. So we'll be moving into the drafting workbench 2. So with this, we completed drafting workbench 1 of chapter 13. So hope you enjoy that.